Okay, we came out for me to do some work. And instead I had some Ritz crackers in my little bag. And I fed some of the birds, and the next thing you know, we had tons of birds. And Adam said, he's older than I, he said, oh, let's go to Walmart and get some bread. Feed them. He loves feeding them too, the crows and all, so, yeah. So I dropped him off, and I'll just park right here and wait for him. But yeah, I always liked feeding the animals, well, at home, but we can't do it at home anymore because something chewed up Adam's in his SUV, some wiring in it. It's like $800 worth of wiring. And said after that we can't feed any of the the wildlife. So I don't I agreed, of course, because I don't want my car animals to, whatever it is, probably. I mean, we do live in front of a what is it, a horse farm. That's what they actually call it, a horse farm. What? I always just heard them call it farms, so I don't know. But, or, not a horse farm. Anyway, he thought he'd just jump in and run in Walmart. Since when does that happen with anybody? By the way, I am not that close to that. You see how it does? When I'm driving and I'm complaining about tailgaters, my cell phone is zoomed in. I'm sure people say, well, wait a minute, you're really close to the person in front of you. I could see it. I could see it. No, it's because my cell phone is zoomed in, not me. Where is he? Now, if Adam would remember to have his cell phone with him, it would make life so much easier for us. Really. His cell phone's right here. Plus he has his keys, which he's not driving his, but he has his keys. So, okay. Where did he go? Okay, bought a few loaves of bread. Okay, when I was feeding them Ritz crackers, this was full of birds. They started coming like you wouldn't leave. So let me see what happens when I give them bread. Okay, it's later in the day and I didn't get to finish that. But, you see this right in front of me here? Somebody tore that up. I guess they ran into it. That's the second time, or I don't know. I've seen something like that. I think on this right here, there's a park right here. So what were they out doing? I don't remember where the other one was, but I think it was somewhere around here. And then there's a house over here that I was sitting like this, and I saw a guy come out of his house and go and bury some stuff in his front yard. It was weird. I don't know what it was. I didn't stick around. He had it in the bag, and he was just, I'm like, okay, that is too weird. You see some weird stuff, really. I'm like, why would somebody in these kinds of houses, in my neighborhood, nice homes, all that, but to dig a hole in the front yard and bury something in it? What the crap? I'm waiting to see if something comes up. Maybe he was burying a bunch of, I don't know, and the placing is weird, like right in front of a fence, not right in front of it, but, on that side of a fence, it's not in the back, but in the front. And right now, seriously, there is I think an elderly, can't tell, but she's just kind of staring at me. I remember that day I was sitting out here and a woman came from my house, walked to the end of the street of where I'm sitting at a park, legally, at a park in the right direction and everything. Nothing on the road, the curb that says you can't park here. Been doing this. I've been living here for how long now? Anyway, she came to the end of the street, held up her cell phone, started taking pictures and videos of me during the day. This is the park. I'm like, the nerve of you, woman. I haven't seen her since. That was what was weird. Plus, then I think it was her husband. Maybe she sent him out too. Maybe she's a Kravitz type, but you know, Mrs. Kravitz was wrong. I remember that, but this woman's wrong. But her husband, it was another day after that, and I'm thinking that it was her husband. They looked like they would have been a couple. He was dressed in a hunter's suit for wintertime, and it was summertime. And he was walking the sidewalks, and then I turned around and I was like, whoa. He was coming back toward me. I got out of here. Walking close to my car. Like, okay, I don't need this craziness. You wouldn't believe the stories I could tell about this place, seriously. The things I've seen, like the guy that, he was an elderly guy, I guess they were his sons. Kind of looked like, But he was changing his clothes at the park. On the side of the road parked, and they had covered him. But, really? And then the last, I was sitting there, and I wasn't, one of them walked down close to where I was sitting, and just was watching, looking at me. And like he was the lookout or something like that. And then I saw them change the guy's cufflinks. Like, man, sometimes you get frozen. You know, just frozen by what you see. Oh my goodness, some of the stories I've told, some of them I actually have told. So, anyway, why are people tearing up these things? See? Just tearing them up, what? I mean, it's odd to see one, but to see more than one? And I can't even remember, was that two of them I saw, or was it one that I passed by twice? You know what I'm saying? In the same area. I'm telling you.